Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. It's super early, just 4 a.m. here in London Gatwick Airport, and we are buzzing with excitement because this is our first time visiting Spain. So we are heading to Barcelona and we'll be starting our Spanish adventure right from the heart of this incredible city, and it's a big trip for us. The kids are curious and we can't wait to explore the culture, food and sunshine. So let's get into the video. I can see that the airport is just waking up with us. It's peaceful and quiet, but soon it'll be buzzing with travelers from all over the world. So come along for the ride as we check in, get through the security and board our flight to Spain. So as you can see, we are just inside the terminal. So we already been to the Vueling check-in counter, and honestly it was super smooth. Everything was pre-booked online, so all we had to do was to scan our boarding pass and just drop off the bag. That's it. No long queues, no paperwork, just tap, print and go. Alright, bags have been checked in and that part went pretty smoothly. Now we are making our way through the airport, heading to the security and later to the gates. And now we are just heading to the first floor through the lift. And honestly, it's a bit of walk. When you're traveling with the kids, the lifts are a blessing. So as you see, Zoha and Zoya are being quite amazing so far. It's early and we were up around 2:30, but they've got the travel energy. You know how kids are when an adventure is starting, right? One of the things I like about Gatwick is how organized everything is. The signage is clear, the terminal is clean, and it's not overwhelmed even for the little ones, because I think they have been traveling from Gatwick Airport many a times, and there's a lot of space to walk, but also quiet corners if you want to sit and relax. Now I think it's mainly because of the early hours of morning. So as you can see, we already passed the security stuff and everything, and we have passed some duty-free shops, and yes, we are definitely going to stop later and I will show you some of the duty-free shops here. But now we are just heading to some washrooms and get us our kids diapers and everything gets changed off, and get some restrooms to just make us freshen up here. So I just left my family over there and I now just moving towards different duty-free shops. I think most of these shops I must have shown you in my previous videos from Gatwick. So as you could see, a lot of duty-free shops, sunglasses shops, and a lot of bags and everything you could literally see everywhere, and it's so nice walking and exploring these things. Actually, this is our first time visiting Spain, and we are starting our journey in Barcelona, which is one of the most colorful and artistic cities in Europe, and it's known for its amazing architectures, especially the work of Antoni Gaudi, and we are hoping to explore some of that as soon as we arrive. And let's see how the climate and weather there, and we'll try exploring as soon as we reach there. So meanwhile, I'll just say something about Spain and about the visas and everything. So let's meanwhile you could also see some of the places in and around the London Gatwick Airport. So always stay tuned, and if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel for upcoming videos from all over the world. Since this is our first visit visiting Spain, I'll just tell you about a bit of info for those who might be traveling or planning a trip too. So regarding Spain, as you all know, it's a beautiful country in southern Europe, known for its rich culture, architecture, beaches, flamencos, and football especially. And each city has its own unique vibe, and Barcelona, which is one of the most iconic city, which we would be visiting first. And for me personally, Barcelona, and hearing about Messi in football and everything, it's like a dream come true. And let's see what's Barcelona waits for us. And the second thing I want to talk to you about is the visa, especially for Indian passport holders who lives in UK. So if you are an Indian passport holder who is living in UK, you need a Schengen visa, and we applied through BLS Spain in London, who handles all the Spain visa applications and document collection. So just briefly, what I'll tell you what you need to do. So you need to book an appointment online with BLS, and you need to submit your passport, visa form, photos, especially the travel insurance, bookings, and proof of address in the UK. And they usually return the passport in 7 to 15 days depending upon the season. So I would say it's a pretty smooth process if your documents are in order, and you should double check everything on the BLS Spain website before you go. So I listed this country like 1 or 2 months back. So if the Spain is on your travel list, just start planning early. And the experience from what I have received in the Spain, now actually we are just going to explore it, but this video, as you know, that it is already like it's a pre-recorded video, it's not like a live video. So what I experienced from there is really worth it, especially from the vibrant cities to peaceful coastline. There is something here for everyone. As you can see, we just reached the departure gate, and it's already started boarding. You can see a lot of people just lined up awaiting their boarding. So one of the thing I feel like worth mentioning is that, especially when you're traveling with the kids, you don't need to get a priority ticket or anything, especially if you're having an infant which is less than 2. You get more priority just above anyone, so you could easily board in the plane in the first. So that's one of the good thing I felt whenever I travel with the kids. So this is our boarding gate, and our flight to Barcelona is with Vueling Airlines, and it's, I don't know how many of you heard about it, it's one of the most popular low-cost carriers in Spain and across the Europe. So I'll just tell you a little bit about the Vueling Airlines. Actually, it's a part of IAG group, which also includes British Airways and Iberia. So even though it's a low-cost airlines, It's well connected and reliable, and they fly, I think, to about 140 destination, mainly across the Europe, and their main hub is actually the Barcelona El Prat Airport, which where we are landing today. So for me, uh, especially the Vueling Airlines is a first time experience. So and we are so much curious to see how it goes. So we have everything pre-booked, and as you know that the meals are not included, you have to pay everything separately because these all are low cost budget flights. So I would say it's better to pre-book all the snacks or meals before you go inside. And I think it's a short flight, about 2 hours from London to Barcelona. So far, check-in and gate info has been super smooth, and if you are traveling with family like we are with Zoha and Zoya, Vueling actually allows early boarding, as I already mentioned, especially for families with small children. So just make sure to listen for announcements. So here we are just getting ready into Vueling Airlines. So next stop would be the Spain. So our journey with Vueling Airlines begins now. So see you in the sky. So we are all settled now. So all the announcements are done, safety demos are complete, and the cabin crew have made sure everyone is ready for takeoff. So it's a bit rainy here in London this morning, but nothing too bad, just that classical British drizzle, and the runway is a little wet, but the captain's confirmed we are ready to go. So it's a time to take off. So as you can see, we are just hitting the sky. So when we speak about Vueling Airlines, so as you see the inside, the cabin is simple and clean, typical of most European short haul flights, and you can see that the seats are in 3-3 layout, on 3 on each side, and there are some slimline seats which are not too bulky, which gives you a bit more space around your legs. And if the leg room is modest, now you could see Zoha and Zoya started to get some nap, and I would say there is a plenty of overhead storage for cabin bags and under seat space. And if you have a backpack or a small item, I think it's just place it under seat. And we just kept our essential closed stuff, especially the snacks, chargers and coloring book for Zoha and Zoya. Just make it ready whenever they want, we can just provide to them. One of the thing, especially in regards to budget airlines, is that there is no built-in screen or entertainment system. So if you are traveling with kids, definitely bring something to keep them busy, especially books, downloaded videos, or even a travel game. But unfortunately, I don't need any of these because all throughout the 2 hours of flight, Zoha and Zoya just went to a good nap. I think now we are just heading to Barcelona. You could start seeing the ports of Barcelona. You can see some ships, and now we are just heading to the runway. After 2 hours of flight, now we are just heading towards the Barcelona airport. We are just about to land in Barcelona, and as you can see, it's a bit of cloudy and rainy day here in Spain. Not quite the sunny Mediterranean welcome we imagine, but honestly, it still looks magical from up here. You can just, as I already shown you, the port of Barcelona down there, which is one of the Europe's biggest and busiest seaports. Even in the rain, you can spot the cruise ships, cargo areas, and the long stretches of dock. And this port connects Barcelona to destination all over the Mediterranean. Yes, now we have landed. A little drizzle on the runway, but a smooth touchdown, I would say, here at Barcelona El Prat Airport. So you can already feel the Spanish vibe even through the grey skies. It may be raining, but we are still excited to explore. Sometimes the best adventures start with a little weather, and the Barcelona is beautiful, rain or shine. Let's go and pick up our bags and begin our Spanish journey. So just stay tuned. So I welcome all of my followers to Barcelona El Prat Airport, which is officially called Joseph Tarradellas Barcelona El Prat. Actually, this is the main international airport serving Barcelona, and it's one of the busiest airports in all of the Spain. So actually this airport is located about 15 kilometers southwest of the city center, which means that you can get to downtown Barcelona in around 25 to 30 minutes by taxi, train or bus, which is super convenient. And we just landed in one of the terminal. I think it's terminal 2, which is newer, larger terminal, which is super modern with wide walkways and plenty of natural lights and very well organized, I would say. And this terminal mostly handles international and Schengen flights. Now we are just heading to the immigration. Once we being cleared of that, we can just start exploring the Spain, especially the Barcelona. Right now we are just heading through the passport control, and if you are flying in from outside the Schengen area, like we are from London but we hold the Indian passport, you need to go through the immigration, and the lines are moving quickly and the staffs are quite friendly, so no stress here. And I would say the normal random questions they usually ask: where you live, what you do in Spain. That's all the random questions, but otherwise the immigration is quite straightforward. Now after the immigration, we just came to the baggage claim area. You can see my Zoha is just waiting for the blue baggage. So it's actually spacious and well signposted, and if you are traveling with kids, there is plenty of space to wait and stretch out after the flight. So to be honest, this El Prat Airport serves over 15 million passengers a year, and it's the major hub for Vueling Airlines, which we just flew with, as well as the Iberia and other European carriers. So once we collected our bags, we will show you where we are just getting into the city, whether it's by taxi or the aerobus or the train, and there is a lot of easy options. Alright, we have picked up our bags and now we are heading out of Barcelona El Prat Airport to pick up our rental car, which we usually does when we visit any of the Schengen countries. This time we have booked with Niza Cars. Niza rental car is not located inside the terminal like some of the bigger chains. Instead, they operate an off-site rental center. So we will need to exit the terminal and walk a little bit to catch their free courtesy shuttle bus. So now you could see the terminal buildings, especially It's quite a big airport, I would say. Everything is well signposted, so there is nothing much we need to be worried about. We just walk along the line. You could see the signposted things which he's been mentioning about the rental car, and there is a bit of advertisement about the sixth I think it's called Sixth rental car company. And after that we can now just heading outside the terminal building. The signs for rental shuttle are very easy to follow, especially just look for the ones they say about the rental cars, and there will be a car rental pickup point. So we are now walking towards that shuttle bus, which is usually just outside the terminal entrance. The shuttle for Niza cars runs every 15 minutes, and it's totally free. And we are just waiting here now, and it's covered, so even though it's a bit rainy day, we are staying dry. And I think Sohan Zoya is a little bit in I would say bit in a sleepy mood, but they are ready to jump into the van or the bus which comes first and start exploring Barcelona. So that's for today's journey from Gatwick to Barcelona, checking in, flying with Vueling Airlines, landing, and now heading to pick up our rental car with Niza Rental Agency. And we will pause here for now, but don't worry, we will continue the rest of our Spanish adventure next week, and make sure to stay tuned for all the fun exploring Barcelona and beyond. And thanks so much for watching, and it's me, Hannah and Abel, signing off. Take care.